they did an amazing job. I mean, Sarah Rees-Brand and Marie Johnson are very talented writers, and they really love Magnus, and they really understand the characters. So it was kind of wonderful, actually. I mean, I worked with each of them on each story. We co-wrote with them in the last story, which is the story of Alec and Magnus's first date. I wrote by myself. But it was really wonderful to see their interpretations of the characters and their feelings about what had happened. And then I would kind of take the stories and bring them in line with my ideas of the characters. So we wound up with this combination. And it was really fun. I mean, I would love to do it again. With Iron Child, Holly and I invented everything together from the beginning. So I never felt like this is my character and she's writing my character. I felt like this is our character and we're writing our characters. So it's a very different kind of experience. They're both really, it's really fun to do.
Hola, sabemos que en Ciudad de Fuego Celestial, Clare conoce a Tessa. Entonces, si nos puedes contar más un poco de ese momento en donde tu saga se conjuntaste las dos sagas.
Yes, there is a moment in City of Heavenly Fire where Clary hates Tessa. And if you've read the Rain Chronicles, then you know that Tessa is actually the warlock who put the protection spell on Clary when she was born that all Shadowhunters have. So when Clary sees her in City of Blast very briefly and she seems familiar, that's why. She remembers her from when she's a little child. And to me, it was bringing together my two heroines who are very, very different kinds of people. But they both, by this point in their lives, known great love, great loss, happiness, sorrow, what it means to be a hero. And so, for me, it was really great to bring them together just to kind of talk with each other for a brief period of time about, what it means to be a heroine, and also what it means to date a Herondale boy. They're both like Arendelles.
La verdad es que por ser emprendedora y quisiera saber por qué elegiste ser Ale con personaje LGBT.
¿Qué?
Okay. That was really important for me to mix in all of these sagas and see all the people in them that are like us. So I thought, why not a gay character in a book that's basically it's about demon fighting and love. And this guy is a great warrior, he's a badass, he's a good friend, he's got lots of stuff going on. The place where his mother died, the place where dark things are waiting for him. And it's a really fun book to write. It has nothing to do with Shadowhunters, but there are 5 of them. One comes out every year for the next 5 years and sort of traces Cal's progress as he winds up. And the question is, do you have magical power? Do you use it? Do you become a magician? Even if you think that's the worst thing you can do. Vamos a ver.
Hola, soy la persona más interesante, apoya el equipo de Male y me gustaría saber en qué inspiraste para escribir al personaje Ale.
I mean, I actually love Alec and I'm also Team Alec. I mean, as I said before, I wanted to write a character who was gay, but that is one aspect of Alec, and there's so much more to him. And the thing that I loved about Alec was that he was of the group of friends that he has. I mean, Isabel and Jace are like, rules? What rules? We eat rules for breakfast. Alec is the one who's always like, these are the rules, stick to the rules, he's really he's the guy who is very much a believer in the faith and what they stand for at the beginning of the series. He very much believes in doing everything legally, playing by the rules, not sneaking around, not doing all the stuff that his friends are always doing. And by the end of the book, I feel like he has this journey where he kind of discovers his own inner morality, and he realizes that sometimes not all rules are good. You have to do what you believe is right, whether it's against the rules or not. And for me, that was just a very relatable journey. I feel like it's something that a lot of people struggle with.
Hola, Cassie. Sabemos que escribiste el cuarto libro en San Miguel de Allende. ¿Qué te inspiró de México para escribirlo? ¿Y qué te gusta sobre escribir personajes latinos?
Alright, I live in San Miguel. I had a very short amount of time to write City of Fallen Angels, and I know a lot of writers who live in San Miguel because it's an extremely beautiful town. It's really inspirational to be there. There are so many artists and writers. So I have a friend who said, if you want to take my house for a month, come to my house and you can just write it. You won't have to do anything else. You won't have to take out the laundry or feed the cats or do anything. You just write. So I came to San Miguel and it was so beautiful. It was so relaxing to be there. And I think some places that just have magic. San Miguel is one of those places. There's some magical feeling about it. And when I'm there, I feel inspired. So I wrote just really, I wrote every day. I wrote a ton. I was really happy. I felt really inspired. And so when the next year came, I thought I should just go back to San Miguel and do that again. So now I've been going to San Miguel for 5 years. My Spanish has gotten better. And what do I like about writing Latino characters? The main Latino character in Orleans is Rafael Santiago. And but in Dark Artifices, there's actually a whole Latino Shadowhunter family, which has been a lot of fun for me. I grew up in Los Angeles, over the border from Mexico. I used to go to Mexico all the time, and I always found it to be just a country where people were incredibly imaginative, and the art was incredible, and people were so open. And every time I've met my Mexican fans, they've been so enthusiastic and they've been so excited about the characters. And it just seems like a place where people feel like, imaginary and magical is so close to the real. And I think that attracts me to it. And I love Raphael because he's kind of a jerk, actually. Writing Saving Rafael Santiago was an incredibly fun experience. I wanted to write about Rafael and how he became who he is, how he became a vampire. And I wanted to write a story that had no white people in it. So there's actually no white characters at all in Saving Rafael. And for me, the most fun was seeing him when he was younger and how much he loved. The thing about Rafael is he's sort of an ambiguous character. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. But in writing Saving Rafael, you see how much he loves his family and how much that's really the driving force of everything he does. And it made me love him more. Even though I already loved him, it made me love him more as a character. And it actually shapes a lot of what he does in City of Heavenly Fire, where he's actually pretty important.
Gracias.
Hola, pues en el epílogo de Princesa Mecánica es así reconocible, ¿no? Y después del ciclo con Will termina, pues ella no se ve tan necesidad de hacer otro ciclo, pero con Jen. Así que mi pregunta es, ¿si va a haber un ciclo amoroso con Jen o van a tener hijos, aunque suene raro o algo
at the end of I'm going to have this. At the end of the epilogue of Dr. Princess, it's the first time that Tessa has been allowed to think about Jem as somebody that she might be with romantically in 100 So it's the very, 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 very beginning of their relationship. But by the end of City of Heavenly Fire, they're definitely together. Very definitely together. And they'll be together through dark artifices. I mean, to me, Tessa, she has two great loves in her life. She has Will and she has Jen. She loves them equally. She's never going to love anybody else. She lost Will, and it's been 80 years, and she misses him. She also loves Jen, so now she's going to start over with Jen. They're going to get married. They're going to be together. So this is her second great love. And that's all she gets. Tessa lives forever, but Jen doesn't live forever, so once Jen is gone, there's nobody else for Tessa. Always makes me sad to think about it. So I think she should be happy with Jen.
Vamos, listo,
It might not get